Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Infinite Magicraid. For today's video, I'm going to talk about the new content coming out. Let's get to it. Alright, well, sleepy eyes still for me. I was like, alright, let me get up and let's go check this out. So here I am, still sleepy, still puffy, but we're here. I thought I was going to be making a different video today, which I might still make. I have to be honest, guys, I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a rant video. For multiple reasons regarding this and all this in general. I might still make that rant video, but and then if anything, this even feels even more like the way I would compare with Raid Shadow Legends. Do something really shitty, but then do something really cool to distract us. I don't know. Alright, so we have new content. We have Elemental City. I'm gonna try my best to just be excited about the new stuff coming and not annoyed by some of the other stuff they've been doing lately. It's not been good. I'm a little bit worried about this game, honestly, right now, and with all the wonderful games going out there right now, it's kind of hard to even worry about being frustrated about one. There's so many, play something else, right? So that's a frustrating aspect for me, with the summoning events, the scheduling of stuff, the holiday events. There's just been a lot of weird stuff, and hopefully this can be a positive ray of sunshine on the cloudy gray skies that we've been seeing lately. Alright, so let's get to it. Dear Adventurers, we're thrilled that we finally share more info about our Elemental City, a brand new dungeon which will be released this week. The Elemental City will be one of our biggest updates yet, and it's a brand new game mode with 75 challenging levels. Do you want to know how the city works? In this article, we'll be talking about mechanics, bosses, structure, rewards, and everything else you might want to know. Let's jump in. So I'm going to kind of do my best to compare this to stuff I'm already familiar with. I've already got a read on the article itself, but now we have some pictures to look at. Yesterday, we already kind of knew what was coming, and apparently this information was shared that should not have been shared, but I want to give my feedback on what they're doing right, what they're not doing right, and just thoughts about this in general. So I'm excited. Let's take a look. So the Elemental City is an entirely new gameplay mode. It's a set of challenges that offer a whole host of new bosses, items, and rewards. Elemental City refreshes every 14 days, and all of the challenging progress will be reset after refreshing. So every 14 days. So I'm hoping that means that if you want to take the time and say 1 day, 2 days, whatever, and grind out the whole event and it's just done for the week, you can do that. I hope that's the case, because I know people always want new content in games when they get bored, or people that are whales and krakens want more stuff to finish if they've already finished everything. Not in this game, though. No one's finished everything in this game, so they can't talk. But usually new content is good, but honestly, when it comes to these gacha games adding on new dungeons, new features, new things that are every single day to do, that pushes me away. Like, our time spent in game, it should not be hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. It shouldn't be. If we want to spend hours and hours and hours in a game, you'd play a proper PC MMO or something. You don't play a mobile phone game. So when these games make us have more daily to-do list, I don't like that. I only like that when it's temporary. Like, Eternal Evolution has Twilight Lands. I spent 7 straight hours just to complete the whole thing as far as I could in 1 day, and then could push a little bit each day after, so I never was feeling behind, because if you stopped, then what? You're missing out on pushing to your max for that. So, but that's not all the time. It's like once a month, right? So I can deal with that, okay? But I'm really hoping this isn't a 100% daily requirement. It doesn't sound like it will be. Unless it's one of those things where you only unlock like one dungeon a day, or not one dungeon, but a set of dungeons or something a day, or if it's like raid with having only so many keys a day. I guess we'll see. Let's keep reading. All right, so in brief, your mission is clearing all enemies of stages to reach final stages of the boss, beating the bosses, and getting lots of items for your powerful special hero. The concept is not too difficult, but let's dig into how it works. All right, so it looks like we've got levels to complete and special rooms as we go along that unlock. And those special rooms are what give you fragments. So, and the fragments, currently it looks like that is something that's for, I mean, that's weird because that looks like a different hero. And then it looks like there's this hero. So that's a little bit confusing with those two graphics. Not quite sure what they mean there. But, and there's heroes. Oh yeah, there's some fun things to this though. So far it's obviously looking like a Raid Shadow Legends style Doom Tower. But they did add some better quality of life that Raid has not given us. So I'm positive about this in that respect. So let's keep going. Let's start with the format. First, the elemental... Actually, help me put this so you guys can see it, maybe. So you guys can take a look better at this graphic while I read. I mean, to be fair, this link is also available. All right, let's start with the format. First, the Elemental City has two kinds of different stages, normal and special, each with their own rewards. Special stages can only be unlocked after their corresponding normal stages are cleared. Each special stage is independent of each other, and you can choose whichever difficulty you want to play on. Whether to clear one stage will not affect existing game progress. Then there will be multiple rotations. After the resets, the order of bosses and enemies on each stage and the rules of the special stages will change, which means a new challenge for every new which means a new I'm dying. A new challenge and a need for new strategies. Third, it doesn't take stamina or keys. You can challenge however many stages you want, or you can. But please note that each stage cannot be challenged again after victory. All right, so this is fun. Okay, this is good. That's exactly what I want to hear. So pretty much secret rooms, right? We have secret rooms and we have stages going along with it. And we can, if you want to bust out the whole damn thing in one day, sounds like you can bust out the whole damn thing in one day. Now, I like that. That makes me happy. That means I can pick a day to grind it out or to go live. I'm probably going to try to go live and try to complete this as far as I can. I don't know if I'm going to do that on both accounts, the main account and the Free to Bleed. We'll see. Or I'll at least record progress on some of them, or record the whole thing and show snippets about where I get stuck and have notes along the way. We'll see. I'll have some fun. I'll try to go live for at least one of the pushes, though. I think that would be fun to hang out with you guys while we try it for the first time. All right, now let's talk about the structure. The whole Elemental City is divided into 3 different types of stages: normal stages, boss stages, and special stages. Didn't it say there were 2 stages? Whatever. There are 3 waves of tough enemies in the normal stages. Every 5th wave is a boss stage where you will fight against some of the hardest bosses. The boss stage will provide a new item called an Elemental Fragment, which could summon a specified legend hero. Donald Rebelli is the first hero and we'll touch on who he is a bit later. These items are exclusive to Elemental City and you summon heroes you can't get anywhere else. As you work your way up the dungeon, you'll also unlock special stages. There are optional challenges. If you can't beat one, it won't block your progress. There are special rules for completing them, like using only epic heroes or only using heroes with a specified mark. The rules are rigorous, but the rewards are awesome. Special stages will drop Elemental exclusive, which is used to upgrade the exclusives of specified legend heroes obtained in Element City. Here's a quick look at a special one. So it's kind of weird though that you don't actually see the, I guess it's before, when you click it, it must show, but here in the stage, you don't see what the requirement is. But it looks like this one's only showing epic, so at least it's going to give you what you could use. That'll make it easy, I guess. Ooh, look at the boss, looks cool. Kind of like it. A boss and 2 ads for the special stage. The elemental. That's kind of the point, right? Alright, to be honest, Elemental City is supposed to be challenging and will require some figuring out. But it's also not supposed to be unfair or only for the best players in Infinite Magicraid. We want this dungeon to be fun. We're really looking forward to your feedback on this, so don't hold back. A quick tip, if you're stuck on a stage, why not find some help? You can offer and borrow an awakened 5-star hero to and from other guild members in normal stages. There are 10 chances in each session of Elemental City to fight against enemies with the help of an assisted hero. Only one assisting hero can be deployed each time, and that's it for the mechanics. So this is cool. We get to borrow a unit from a friend. That's something that we always love in games like this. Something that I always use Raid as the example because that's where I came from, but something that Raid Shadow Legends never did. So that's really nice. Like if you're could you imagine in Raid Shadow Legends if you could borrow one person just to beat Baumel, and then you can move on and at least do the other normal stages? That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I really like that a lot. So at least people can get through earlier stages of normal. The harder stages, of course, that will be on your own, which makes sense. So let's see, a normal stage 1. Oh, look at the team assist, special assistant. So I'm guessing. Oh, I wonder if just all of them show there in general or only when you select something specific. I guess we'll see. Like all of your guild, you have to nominate someone to be able to be shared to your guild mates. Alright, last but not least, let's talk rewards. A few stages are not difficult, and even new players can get a nice reward. Elemental City offers diamonds, XP potions, energies, dragon eggs, and skill scrolls. So it looks like even in normal stages, we're going to get some... Ooh, nice, okay. We are going to get, like, the legend scroll, even in lower stages. That's good to see. And then the special stages are all those fragments, which are like Phantom Dragon Eyes, but only for the special exclusive heroes. Of course, the most important item in our elemental fragment are the elemental fragments and elemental exclusives. You can collect 100 elemental fragments to summon a specified legend hero, which you can only get from Elemental City. At the same time, 50 elemental exclusives can upgrade a special hero's exclusive. So kind of like the, oh, here he is. So kind of like Mythic Heroes, so you need 50 fragments to upgrade their exclusives. Donald Rebelli, hey. Legend Sword Harbor Attack Blue. Alright, I like it. I wouldn't mind another damage dealer to go my Sword Harbor. Deals 2 stages of attack damage to a single enemy, the first stage of which deals attack damage, with a chance to inflict stun for 1 turn. Second stage of which deals attack damage and has extra crit damage. Perfect Blitz. Deals attack damage to all enemies and deals extra damage by a certain percentage of the target's max HP up to 15% of self max HP. Wait, the target's max HP and up to 15% of self? I think that's a typo. I think that just means up to 15% of, or maybe it does mean your HP as well. Now I'm really confused. Anyway, at the beginning of each wave, inflicts duel on the enemy with the highest attack, under which effect the enemy can only target down on their belly when attacking, meaning increases self-damage dealt to the target under duel status, or meanwhile, increases self-damage dealt to the target under duel status and reduces their damage dealt to self. At the beginning of each turn, inflicts duel on a new target if no enemy is under duel status. Alright, so it's almost like a taunt. Kind of. They could only attack that target when they have that. Alright, deals 5 stages of attack damage to a single enemy. First stage has additional crit damage. Each subsequent stage has additional crit damage. So yeah, sounds like he's going to smack and you're definitely going to need to build him with proper crit rate. Take a quick look at his exclusives. He's got full exclusives, not just basic speed here. Okay. Level 1, if blah, blah, triggers at least 4 crits, Don the Rebelli additionally casts Perfect Blitz 1 time after powerful multi-strike is cast. Exclusive 2 grants self-immunity to death when dealing fatal damage from a target under duel status, and grants self-damage immunity for 1 turn. Both effects of which can only be triggered once after duel is inflicted each time. Exclusive 3 inflicts shackle on the same target for 1 turn each time duel is inflicted. The targets under shackle status cannot release their active skills and lose 15% of max HP, capping at 30% of Donald Rebelli's max HP, when shackle expires. Targets on whom shackle cannot be inflicted will lose HP directly. And then level 4, increased speed, of course, and then also extra piercing rate. All right, I like it. And level 5, chance to counter attack, the skill of which will be switched from fluid double strike to perfect blitz, cannot be stacked with the buff of counterattack. So that counterattack does not stack with Catherine's counterattack, who's also part of this, unlike Sigmund, but that's okay. Seems interesting. We'll have to see how hard he actually hits, of course. But all right, and finally we have Elemental City rankings, which are split into 2 categories, Global and Warzone. Adventurers will be ranked according to your progress and how quickly you pass through the stages. You will only show up in the rankings after you pass normal stage 35. It's possible to farm stages you can get higher ranking after clearing the stage. But it says some of them you can only do 1 time. Maybe that was just the special room? So which one was it you could only do 1 time? Because that's something that we need to know too as content creators to make sure that here you can challenge. Each stage cannot be, yeah, the special stages cannot be challenged again after you beat them. So as content creators, we should probably record what we use if we aren't going live or something. But all right, I do want to mention something, guys. So I was concerned when I saw this and this, because if you're like me again, coming from Raid Shadow Legends, one of our concerns when we hear Doom Tower and Fragments are, all right, we're on like the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 10th, whatever rotation of this part of the game. So by the time we get to that point, we've done that many rotations. Are the heroes even good? Are they useless for our accounts? Are we too endgame? Are we going to run into heroes that are just, okay, that would be good for a new player, but not good for an experienced player? That was a big concern for me. So I kind of put up a little bit, like my feedback would be, like, are we stuck using them for one specific hero? But as you can see here, this is just a elemental fragment. This is not a Donald fragment. And I did get confirmation. Don't worry, the elemental fragments are available for all heroes in Elemental City. If you're not interested in Donald, you can save them to exchange for another hero, even though you don't know when that will be. So like, technically, if you started this late where you didn't get enough fragments to finish one hero, it will carry over to the next one. But there's no, they don't know exactly who's going to change when, I'm assuming. But it sounds like every time the hero's going to change. I don't know why the term was, even though I don't know when it comes to exchange for a different hero. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's going to be like the mythic. It doesn't sound like it's going to be like the temple, unfortunately. Like all of the heroes that have been a part of the elemental tower are not going to be like in a selection pool where we could use those fragments. That would be really nice if that was the case. But it's probably going to be best just to get each hero as it comes and then stock up on your exclusives. And then you'll have to decide later who you actually want to use them on. Maybe don't use them all right away, just on the first hero, just because the next hero could be even better. I don't know. We'll see. The graphics on Lucia look really cool right now. I don't know. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, though, guys. What do you think about the new content? Elemental City, how does it sound? I think it does sound like a better version of Doom Tower. because it gives us amazing quality of life, like being able to complete it in one day if we want, not being bound to actually get the one hero if we decide we don't want to grab them, or if you come up short on fragments, you could save them for next time. And yeah, I think, and the fact that we could borrow friend units. So I think this is a better version of Raid Shadow Legends Doom Tower, at least on paper. On paper. We'll have to see how hard it actually is and how it actually flows once we get doing it. But hopefully, yeah, we got this week. I will try to go live when I actually do mine, either on YouTube or Twitch, depending on the timing. We'll see. But yeah, that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.